Hello, this is Renee, and Tom and I are on the Ultimate World Cruise, and we just docked in Stockholm, Sweden.
We start the entrance into Stockholm tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock, and as soon as we have daylight, it's well worth it to get out of bed because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sailing, one of the most beautiful in the world, in my opinion. So it's well worth to get up early.
So I got up at 4 a.m., and it was absolutely outstanding. It felt like we were sailing through a forest. The reflection on the stillness of the water with the morning sun was absolutely breathtaking. Oh, and by the way, the ship is going to be docked for 2 days in Stockholm. We docked in Stockholm early in the morning, ready for a full day of exploration. Our plan was to walk into town and cover as many iconic sites and tour the Royal Palace before we headed back to the ship. The crisp morning air and the scenic walk into town set the perfect tone for our adventure. These streets are empty now, but will soon fill up with a lot of people. We covered nearly 8 miles on foot, and after winding our way through Old Town, our first major stop was the magnificent Royal Palace. See the House of Burger on the left? We might be stopping there for the local cuisine. The Royal Palace, completed in 1754, is one of the largest palaces in Europe and serves as the official residence of the Swedish monarch. The palace boasts over 600 rooms, including the lavish state apartments, the Royal Chapel, and the Hall of State where the silver throne is housed. The 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗜𝗍 Museum is in the basement, which reveals the palace medieval history and the ruins of the original castle that burnt down in 1697. And that's where the story begins. The historic castle served as the royal residence for centuries and was a symbol of the Swedish monarchy's power and prestige. On May 7, 1697, a devastating fire engulfed the castle. The blaze started in the attic, possibly due to a careless mistake during maintenance work. The flames spread rapidly through the wooden structure, fueled by strong winds and the castle's dense construction. Despite the efforts of the castle's inhabitants and local firefighters, the fire could not be contained. The entire structure, along with countless historical documents and royal treasures, were reduced to ruins within hours. The Hall of State is home to the silver throne used for coronations and state events, symbolizing royal power and tradition. To this day, the Hall of State is still used for official ceremonies. The aftermath of the fire was a significant turning point. The decision was made to clear the ruins and build a new, grander palace on the same site. Displaying a vast collection of royal armor, weapons, and costumes, the armory provides a fascinating look at military history of the Swedish monarchy. Highlights include suits of armor worn by kings and ceremonial weapons. Construction on the Royal Palace began almost immediately in 1697. The construction process was extensive and complex, taking over a half a century to complete. In 1754, the palace was finally completed and became the official royal residence. The Royal Palace boasts over 600 rooms, each with its unique function and charm. Guest apartments were luxurious accommodations for visiting dignitaries and heads of state, designated to reflect the grandeur of the palace. The apartments contained furniture from different epochs, most of which were made in Stockholm in either the 1700s or the 1800s. The Bernadotte apartments used by the royal family for official receptions and events. These rooms were named after the Bernadotte dynasty and feature elegant decor and historical portraits. This was situated in the north wing and consisted of 14 rooms. There was also banquet halls, large rooms used for state dinners and formal gatherings, often adorned with chandeliers and intricate moldings. This palace just kept going and going and going. We thought we were done, but we still have the basement to do. In the basement of the Royal Palace lies the 𝗨𝗟𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗂 Museum. This museum offers a fascinating glimpse into the medieval history of the site and the remains of the original castle. We decided to have some fun with the picture frame. This was the original kitchen in the castle. Since 1970, the state regalia are now permanently exhibited in the treasury at the Royal Palace. After several hours in the Royal Palace, we left and went across the street to the Parliament House. It was built in 1926 and finished in 1931. This is the main entrance to the Royal Palace. The palace is also guarded by the Swedish Royal Guard, a tradition dating back to the early 16th century. We watched the posting of the guard. The guard is responsible for the protection of the royal family and the palace grounds. 𝗨𝗟𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗂 Church is the oldest church in Stockholm. The church was founded in the mid-13th century around 1279. This fountain was constructed in 1778. It served to supply water to the population. Next is the Grand Square, which is the city's oldest square. It's also home to the Nobel Prize Museum. The Grand Square had a violent history, ill-famed as the location of the Stockholm bloodbath, which took place in 1520, resulting in the beheadings of over 80 noblemen. The statue of St. George was commissioned in 1489. We continue to wander the streets until we come upon St. Gertrude's, a German church. Construction was completed on the church in 1878. We were getting ready to go in, and it's closed today. So with that, we walked back to the 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗟𝗗 and grabbed a bite to eat. We noted the sky was getting dark, so we quickly made our way back to the ship, and just in time. It dried out enough that evening that the maintenance people were able to put a primer coat to repaint the swimming pool. And the next morning they started putting the color down. That afternoon we took a cab to go to the ice bar. The ice bar is a marvel of ice architecture constructed entirely from ice harvested from the Torn River in northern Sweden. skilled ice artists meticulously carve the ice into intricate designs and structures, creating a magical environment that showcases their craftsmanship. How it was made.
40 tons of all natural ice.
Each year, the ice bar undergoes a complete redesign, offering a fresh new theme and ice sculptures for everybody to enjoy. Maintained at a constant temperature of -5°C or 23 degrees Fahrenheit, the ice bar provides guests with thermal capes and gloves to keep warm. We were served drinks in an ice cup.
And are these actually ice?
It is ice, yeah. So you can eat the glass once you're done. So 1 anchorage for you.
Cheers! Cheers! Ice!
And of course, after we left there, we tried out some local cuisine. And once we got back to the ship, they had the pool completely repainted. As we sail away, we get ready for the evening's entertainment. And our entertainment for the evening was absolutely fabulous.
Does anybody know the show must go on? The show must go on. Yeah. The show must go on. The show must go on.
Our view as we sail away. Here's our itinerary for the next 4 ports. Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to announce that my very first children's book is now published. Join Alphanet, or Al, our adventurous elephant, as he sets sails on an exciting journey across the seas. Can't wait for you all to meet Al and join him on his nautical adventures, and thank you all for your support, and I hope you and your little ones enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. I'll leave a link in the description below. Happy reading! Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more adventures from every corner of the globe. See you at the next port!